Man, I slept like shit last night.
I'm sorry.
Yeah, like legitimate fucking doo-doo. And I don't know if it was because I was up till midnight playing Resident Evil or not, but
Probably. That probably was a factor.
uh I did. I slept so shitty, but I was having so much fun. I was playing Resident Evil 4 and I
You
got
reap what you
through.
sow.
Yeah, right.
That's a great game,
Which
though.
was the last good one because I didn't play 7, which I heard a lot of people liked. I wasn't cool with the first person shooter aspect. I'll get around to it, but 4 was great and I'm replaying it and I had forgotten two things. First, how long it is. It's actually a
It's pretty long.
pretty long game. I just got to the castle and just saw the short dude and saved my game there. And
It's not just
then
long, but it's because it's so intense throughout. It's like I had to take
yes.
frequent breaks to it's just like, okay, I can't play anymore today, so I had to just
Yes.
de-stress. Yeah.
And that's the other thing I had forgotten is how stressful a Resident Evil game, especially this one, can
Yeah,
be.
that one I think was special back then. Like the other ones were
Holy
stressful on a different
crap.
level, but this one was like hand sweaty, stressful.
Yeah, it was pretty bad. It was stressful. Good morning, everybody, and welcome to another Friday episode of LR Mornings with Kyle and Jammer. I'm Kyle,
I'm Jammer.
and yeah, it was a stressful night. So, what are your guys' opinions on Resident Evil 4 or any of the other ones for that matter? Leave some comments
Me?
below. No,
Oh, I was
audience.
just like your guys. I was like,
Do you play?
I told you.
I'm
Not I
guessing.
haven't played since 4, to be honest. I haven't played
Okay.
since 4. Basically, the first one I think I played was Code Veronica.
Ooh,
Back on PS2, I think it was.
not the greatest
Uh,
starting place.
yeah, that's the thing. Is I was like, I didn't realize the game series had tank controls back then, and I was like, what the hell is this? But then I went back when I was more into gaming, and I was just like, okay, I can appreciate what the games try to do. And then when they came out on GameCube, I got
Yeah.
I got a few of the remakes and stuff. But then I got burnt out after playing a couple of them, and then I hopped back on 4. So I think I played 1, 0, and 4. I think those are the three I played, and Code Veronica X. Code Veronica
Don't
X
worry.
I actually approved of after I got used to the tank controls, the idea of tank controls. I actually like that game.
Oh, okay. It wasn't like the best story to get involved with it.
I mean, I wasn't playing Resident Evil for the
Yeah.
story, to be honest.
4 was great. I played 0, 1, 2, 1 director's cut as well.
0 was also stressful because of the switching mechanics between the two characters.
Yeah, and
I tend not to
much
like
more
those because
claustrophobic with the train.
I get paranoid because of leaving someone behind and that whole thing.
I did play most of 5 and just was like, I'm not doing this anymore.
My roommate
And
had it, but I never played it.
somebody told me to avoid, somebody I trust said, avoid 6 at all costs. So I did.
Yeah, I can't disagree with them because I haven't played it myself. But yeah,
Yeah.
I haven't. Like I said, I think the generation I skipped was after the Wii. After the Wii, that generation, or not after the Wii. It was the Xbox. It was the 360 slash
PlayStation 3.
PS3 era. I just missed that completely. And I think 5 was on the PS3, if I'm not mistaken.
Yes.
And Xbox 360.
Yes.
Okay, yeah. So I missed that whole generation of consoles. But I'm getting
they
back into
ported
it now.
4 over there to the PS3. Because that's where I first played 4. I played it on the port. I didn't play it on
Oh,
the
gotcha.
GameCube.
4, yeah, right.
Yeah. So, anyways, enough about the past. What about the future, Jammer?
What about the future? Well, I've been putting together my 5-year plan, and I've decided that I'm just kidding. What are you talking about the future? What does that even mean?
Well, a couple things came out yesterday about things that are coming out later this year. That type of future.
What does that mean? What are you talking about? Okay, you're gonna have to be more specific here.
Oh my god, I'm trying to be fucking silly. New shit, man. What's
Okay.
happening out there?
Okay, what's happening? Okay, I wasn't sure if like you wanted to do that or if you
God.
wanted to do the trivia thing. Because never mind, never mind. It
I'll
just sounded
say
like you
when
were.
we'll do the trivia
It
thing.
sounded like you were
Oh my
building up to
god.
the. You were building up to something,
No, Star
but
Wars
you
takes
weren't.
place a long time ago. Spoiler.
So I mentioned yesterday about James Bond having drama behind the scene,
Yes.
and I published a report yesterday as well. After that, followed up with a source that we have, and they gave some extra tidbits corroborating that report. Now, I know a lot of people don't consider the Sun to be the most reliable source, but it did really it prompted me to reach out to the source and see if they can corroborate what's going on there. But keep in mind, this is still just a rumor, and I say that because it's only one source, and it's in my mind, it's still a rumor if it's just one source, even if I do trust this source, which I do. So keep that in mind. Here's what they had to say. So, for those who don't know, Cary Joji Fukunaga, the director of Beast of No Nation, in the first season of True Detective, he hopped on board the James Bond franchise, the 25th movie in the Bond franchise, and he pretty much, he replaced Danny Boyle, who was hopped off the project due to creative differences with the studio having to do with the script. He's been very congenial about it, but it sounds like it was a pretty bad, non-amicable split. Anyway, so that happened. So they already had to delay the movie, and then you go on set. You have that drama with Daniel Craig hurting himself, busting his ankle, and then you have that explosion that happened a couple weeks back. Yeah. So overall, it was very much it's a troubled production. You add on to this now, apparently the crew was, as they put in the article, mutinous. I don't know how accurate that term mutinous is, but pretty much Cary Fukunaga was reportedly late to set because he was playing PlayStation 4 for hours. Like, he was basically playing his PlayStation. So Fukunaga has gone on to Twitter and basically said, anyone who follows my account knows that I've been stuck on, 62% on Red Dead Redemption 2 for months now. Basically, he's saying that didn't happen. I cannot confirm or deny whether or not he's indeed been held up playing PS4, but I can say there actually is some trouble surrounding him on the set. So here is what I was told. Fucking Jobin. Stupid cat. Did you hear him meow?
No, I didn't.
Oh, well, that's what I was responding to. I'm not crazy. So anyway,
That's debatable.
Fukunaga is being heavily criticized by the crew. Basically, the complaint is that he's treating this more as like a small TV production as opposed to a big Hollywood production. He's coming across as unengaged in it. His attention span being very poor. He's pulling out his phone during meetings. And when I asked him, I was like, it sounds like he might be kind of Josh Tranking it. And the source was like, yeah, that's actually a good way of putting it. Josh Tranking. For those who don't know, Josh Trank was kind of really reportedly, and based on something from a source I heard as well, not engaged in the production process and was already kind of checked out because of conflicts with the studio. We cannot say whether or not Fukunaga has had conflicts with the studio at all. We were not able to confirm or deny that. Jobin. Okay.
Professional
Not able
radio
to
here.
professional radio here. Fucking Jobin. Anyway, so we're not able to confirm nor deny that aspect of it, but there is some problems with the way he's treating the production, and people of the crew are not happy with it. But that's not even the biggest problem. So this isn't uncommon, but it is worth mentioning. Right now, the script isn't even finished for the story, for the movie. And as a result, they've been trying their best to sort of shoot on location as much as possible, because without having a finished script, they can't build sets for them. So they're kind of waffling and trying to figure things out and schedule things in a very specific way, shooting around the non-script, shooting around Daniel Craig's foot injury, which apparently was worse than they're letting on. Not like endangeringly worse, but like it's more prohibitive to the production than they're letting
Oh dear
on.
God, just please don't let him lose a foot. I don't know what I
He's
would
not
do if
he's
Daniel
not going to
Craig
lose a
lost
foot. He'll be fine. It's just a
It's his
matter
best
of
part.
Oh my god, shut up. It's just a matter of whether or not uh, they're going to be able to continue with production, and they're very behind. They are
Yeah.
very behind as it is, and it's not getting better. So, yeah, I don't know. There's so many. Oh yeah, Phoebe Waller-Bridge. She was brought on to sort of do, as we heard, sort of punch up on the script to sort of add like a less serious, probably less misogynistic layer to it. I'm assuming. To the story, but apparently also the rewrite she's brought in is more extensive than that. It has to do with actually finishing the story in addition to all of those things. So a lot of information.
It sounds like they should have done what they were talking about a long time ago when Daniel Craig was like, maybe I'm done. Maybe I don't come back. Maybe you guys move on with somebody else.
I mean, it doesn't sound to me like him being a part of the production is what's causing this problem.
I'm just saying it's like it not that he is part of the problem, just like all this bad luck is somehow the universe saying this one shouldn't have happened.
It does feel like a cursed production, doesn't it?
That's what I'm getting at.
Yeah.
No, I don't think Daniel Craig, I've read anything that he's ever really been a huge problem with anybody on anything. Not that I've read. I'm
No, I've heard the same thing.
So, yeah, I think it's just like the curse of Bond. What, number 20, 25,
25.
36?
I just think it's funny. I think it is really hard for him to he's what, in his late 40s or something, but apparently they have a sound stage that is booked out for his gym. It's so he can work out because it's really hard for someone his age to keep in that ridiculous shape.
Yeah.
So I just think that's funny that they have a sound stage that's booked out as his gym.
Nice. And he has to have like probably electrodes hooked up so that tenses the muscles.
Oh, I'm sure, or they
and stuff.
I mean, I don't know if they do that, but they definitely probably have him at least do sit-ups and push-ups and all that shit. But I mean, every actor does that, and they probably. Yeah. I wonder if they make him dehydrate beforehand too, because I know that's what like Hugh Jackman would do. You know that very famous image of him in Days of Future Past where he got shot and the bullets pull out or push out of his body, and he just completely rips. Like that dude probably didn't have water for 4 days leading up to that scene. You know,
like that's just terrible things people do to their bodies.
Yeah, Christian Bale.
Dude, Christian, there's nothing you can say about Christian Bale other than awesome and dedicated. Like even when his movies aren't that great, Terminator Salvation, he himself is pretty decent, but the dude is dedicated to his fucking character and his craft. Like dangerously dedicated. Didn't he recently say something like he's not going to be able to do these big weight swings anymore after doing Vice? Like he said it was too much on his body. He's hitting 50s, isn't he?
Let me look it up. I'm curious. Christian Bale age.
Yeah.
Probably.
Getting close.
He's 45. I wouldn't call him. That's like saying that I'm hitting 35 when I'm not. Daniel Craig is 51. Also, just throwing that out.
So yeah, plus when you do a bunch of, I know from very personal experience, the rougher you are with your body in youth, the less amount of time you have in the future to enjoy it.
I have to say, I was kind of a little bitch growing up, so I'm happy I didn't treat my body weird because I'm seeing all my friends who are like way cooler than me and were doing way cooler shit, and their bodies are falling apart. Yeah, all the skaters and stuff, all their bodies are falling apart. Meanwhile, I'm like probably I'm not in the best shape of my life, but like I was better shape probably like 7 years ago or so. But I am better than I was back then, so. That's something, and I have the potential to continue on forward in a better way. But I think we're losing the thread here.
Yeah.
I do want to tease something next week. Keep your eyes out on the site. We got some big, relatively big Star Wars scoop underway. Got some Star Wars shit going on. So if you like that and you want to hear more information about that, we'll be talking about it here on the podcast, one of the LR Mornings, probably those fanboys, but also talking about it on the site itself, LRM Online. So keep an eye out for that. That is coming. Fun details, all that good stuff.
Yeah, Star Wars is it is I don't want to say mess, but it is a weird time to be a Star Wars fan these days. There's a lot of stuff
Star
moving.
Wars. Nah, people would get this shit together. People are fucked up. Star Wars is a mess. I mean, I know you're saying it's not, but
Yeah,
I
it's
think
just
its
there's a lot.
messiness is
There's a lot.
overstated.
There's a lot going on, and both on the fan side, and anytime you go on any message board that talks about anything Disney's done, Rogue One, Solo, 8, 7, what they're thinking about 9, it's a fucking minefield between two sides, the fucking ones that love everything that's happened and the ones that absolutely cannot stand the Last Jedi, at least the Last Jedi. But there are some good things coming out that I'm looking forward to. I'm looking forward to The Mandalorian. I'm looking forward to shit that doesn't revolve around Luke Skywalker, Han Solo, and Leia Organa. Should have been Solo. But yeah. So check it out next week, because I know what Jammer's talking about.
Wow, way to tease. Good job. Good job. Yeah, come back next week. Come back next week. We're not going to tell you what day it is, but come back next week.
Yes. What do you think about the whole J.J. Abrams getting a Spider-Man comic book?
Why not? I mean, this guy is... Yeah, why not? I think it's cool.
Comics before?
I don't
know
think
some
so.
Of his properties have, but I don't know about him himself.
I mean, I think what J.J. Abrams is really good at is sort of helping make something really accessible. He made Star Trek accessible. He's good at Steven Spielbergizing something.
Well, didn't he one time when he was like doing Super 8 say Spielberg was a huge icon to him?
What
director
very much.
Is Spielberg not a huge icon to? But yeah,
right. But basically, taking something and mainstreaming it up. That's him. That's his thing. He does that. He was able to help he did Lost, right? I don't know. That just had a brain fart. Yeah. Okay. I was just making sure. Like, I knew that. And then for a second, I doubted myself. I was like, wait, did he? But yeah, he did. He did Lost. He helped sort of bring back serialization. That was one of the key components. That and like 24, and then eventually like Breaking Bad kind of ushered in serialization. So it's really about... I respect the guy, even if you don't like his movies. I think he has a lot of great ideas and ways to appeal to the masses. And if we are living in an era where we want to actually try to increase readership, I think Marvel fans should be really happy. Sure, this might be a situation where like, ugh, why do we get the fucking Hollywood people up here? Let's get some of the good comic book writers. I think I would be happy if I were you, simply because it's a chance for other people who know his name, or movie fans who know his name, to actually reach out and buy a comic and maybe dive deeper into stuff and then help comics become more popular. So I think it's a great idea. Good job, Marvel, for doing it. I hope the comic is good.
Yeah, it's going to be a miniseries. It's not going to be like he's not on the current ongoing or the next ongoing book. The only thing I question is the new villain.
Okay.
I like it when people do miniseries, graphic novels, and do a complete what-if situation where they could take one of Spidey's existing villains to a new level. You think of stuff like Kraven's Last Hunt,
Yep.
But definitely, I mean, yeah, I hope it's good. It would have been nice to see his take on a Sinister Six, or his take on one of the other.
Wait, so what villain is he using?
It just says a deadly new villain.
Hmm.
That's from Marvel Entertainment.
So they're creating a new villain.
Creating a new villain. That's my only issue with this. Like I said, I really would have liked to seen his take on a classic existing Spider-Man villain that you could take to new levels, because it's like a what if. It doesn't take place in canon. It's a mini series, or it's not in the main line. Every Marvel story takes place in some universe, but that's my only issue with it. I mean, Abrams, I actually like Abrams for the most part.
Yeah, I think some of his ideas or some of his movies or whatever, they aren't executed as much as good as I wanted. Like, I wanted to like Super 8, but I didn't like it as much. Luckily, we got Stranger Things, and that was a much better version of Super 8 that I liked. And then Star Trek I fucking loved. I loved his Star Trek reboot. That shit was
watch
amazing.
Any of the originals, and I can watch 2 of the Next Generation movies, and I can watch Abrams.
Yeah, and I
That's
like
it.
his Star Wars too. People bitch about it was too much of the same. I feel like that's what I wanted, and that's what most people wanted. They just didn't want to admit that they want. Uh, so based on the box office and the overall positive reception, and then people 5 second like a minute later going like, "Oh, it's the same shit. Fuck Disney. Fuck you guys." I do that a lot. I realize I'm doing that, and I probably shouldn't stop. Is basically do the troll voice and then
Yeah.
just tell them to fuck themselves. I'm sorry, listeners, if that's you. I'm sure that's if you have that opinion, you're not necessarily that troll voice, but there are people out there who
It
first
is
were
a
like,
it is a valid opinion, and you are allowed to have it.
"Yes, you are allowed to have it, no matter how much I insult you. Don't take it personally. I don't mean it. I'm just, we're all fanboys here."
That's all right. I'll never, ever, ever work for Sony if anything I've ever said on the website ever gets out.
I mean, would you work for Sony if they said, "Hey, we're gonna offer you"?
If
Let's
I,
say here, let's say we'll offer you $75,000 a year to be involved in Sony as a creative consultant and your
Yes.
full-time job. You would do it?
Yep. If I was in a band and the record label came out and they're like, your first album, you will do 10 of our songs and 2 of ours, I'd sell out in a heartbeat.
What if they say you have to go in and you have to basically praise Sony every day on LRMornings?
For 75,000?
Yeah, a year.
How much do I have to give you in order for me to do that? Because if
What does
that's
me
my
have to do
only
with anything?
job.
What does me have to do with anything? I'm not a part of the factor. You're gonna be the only factor is you have to do LR.
I'll
You have to
sing. I just said I will sell out like a motherfucker.
Okay, because $75,000 I mean, it's good, but it's not like it's not $1 million or anything.
Yeah, but it's $75,000 a year I don't have.
That's fair. Okay, all right. I mean, but it's a full time job. It's going to replace any other income that you have.
Oh,
It's not just like an extra bonus $75,000 a year. It's like you have a full job, a full time job.
eh. Nah, I might pass on that one. I might be
Okay,
able to get jobs making 80, 90,000 a year, legitimately.
fair enough. All right.
But yeah,
What was I
fuck
talking
Sony.
about? Yeah. Okay. Okay. Well, if you don't understand his long storied hatred of Sony, you probably just need only look back to yesterday's episode where we talk about Venom potentially joining Spider-Man, or vice versa.
Yeah. Well, you know what we did few Fridays ago? That was a lot of fun. We played a couple of games for the first 2 weeks before skipping 2 Fridays. So we're bringing the games back. So yeah, today is going to be Star Wars trivia, specifically OT, because yeah. So Star Wars trivia. Jammer, do you have your questions ready?
I have questions ready, but I'm gonna say this right off the bat. I cheated,
God.
kind of, because basically they are not trivia pieces from the movies themselves. So it's not like what color was blah 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 or anything like that. It's more of like Star Wars. You'll see. You'll see.
I'll see. Okay.
Star
'Cause
Wars adjacent trivia.
mine is all basically from the movie, including a couple lines.
Yeah, I don't have that.
Yeah. Jackass.
Yeah. I mean, I think you'll appreciate it, even
Maybe.
even if it's not exactly what you asked for.
You never give me what I ask for.
No,
Never.
Mm-mm.
All right, Jammer. Let's go ahead, see what you got. Question number 1 from you.
Okay, so which Akira Kurosawa film served as an inspiration for the first Star Wars?
Seven Samurai.
Nope.
No?
No. Why would Seven Samurai have been
I
an
don't know why that popped
inspiration?
into my mind. I don't know. I just, for some reason, that fucking popped into my mind.
I mean, you're probably thinking of Magnificent Seven? I don't know.
That's something like that. I have no fucking clue.
Hidden Fortress. And it had to do with the fact that you were following a couple of characters who were sort of like the lowest class versions people in that, and he thought about, oh, I could do the droids like that, and that's why for the first almost full act of the movie, C-3PO and R2-D2 are like the main characters.
Got it. Tracking. Yep. You're an asshole. Just
This is not asshole. This is interesting. Fuck you.
So, go ahead and tell me, what was Han's call sign when placing sensors on Hoth?
I don't know.
It was an Echo call sign, dude.
Damn it!
Can
Wait,
you remember the number?
Echo 3 to Echo 7. Echo 7.
Good job.
Thank you. Once you said that,
you don't
I was
really get it because I had to give you the Echo part. So
Yeah, well, yeah, okay. I like how I went through the line in my head. I was just thinking about Luke Skywalker. Echo 3 to Echo 7. Hanno, buddy, you read me?
There you go.
Mm-hmm.
Alrighty. Go with your next bullshit.
Oh yeah,
question.
this is my turn again. What storytelling book also influenced the original story of Star Wars?
Oh dear God, dude.
Not a story book, but like a book on story from a very famous writer.
Yeah.
All right, I'm going to say this. Basically, this one helped set up the whole hero's journey aspect. The whole hero's journey, the monomyth or whatever, where pretty much he found every culture across the world had these things in common with their storytelling. And that is why Star Wars was created in such a way that it appealed to such a wide demographic, is because it grabbed all of the universal themes that this writer found all the way across the world.
Well, I mean, I know all the types of hero's journey stories that are in there, including shit like fucking King Arthur, but I don't know the book that captures all of that. I don't know.
Okay.
How is that even Star Wars adjacent?
What do you mean, how is it Star Wars adjacent? This was the main inspiration of... Okay, look up heroes, all right, it's The Hero with 1,000 Faces is the name of the book, and that was written by Joseph Campbell. Look up Star Wars, look up Joseph Campbell. The two are not inextricably, the two are unapologetically linked together.
And they served coffee every day on set, and those are unapologetically linked.
Let me know. All right, know in the comments whether or not Kyle is just a bad fan, or if if I'm
that's not really a fan of Star Wars. It's a fan of filmmaking, and which I am, but not. I don't know. No, I approach Star Wars for Star Wars, not okay.
No. I'm just that. I was trying to give you some extra flavor here. But clearly you're not appreciating what I'm dishing out.
No, I'm not.
All right, in the comments, let me know if you appreciate the questions that I asked him on this fucking trivia game, because apparently he's not.
Asshole. What was the name of Darth Vader's Super Star Destroyer?
I have no idea. See, I don't know details like that.
So you don't know Star Wars?
Yeah, I don't know specific details like that of anything.
It starts with an E, and it sounds like the name of a job. A job where you kill people.
Executor.
There
you go.
Yeah, there you go. Super Star Destroyer. 2 movies. That's a big deal.
What is the name of the journal that was used as a plot device in early drafts of the original Star Wars film?
Journal of Wills.
Good. Glad you know that one.
Because that's an actual Star Wars question.
The other 2 were Star Wars questions, too.
Debatable.
No,
all right.
I don't think it is. I think those are the more interesting parts than the fucking name of Darth Vader's ship.
Yeah, but that's Star Wars trivia. If we were going to say making of Star Wars trivia or George Lucas trivia, then your questions would be...
Let me know down in the comments if he's being a whiny bitch, because I think he is.
Being a whiny bitch. So far, I've actually gotten one right. You haven't. So let's see if you get any points.
Actually, I don't think I will. These aren't the type of questions I like. Anyways, what's your last question?
What was C-3PO's first job? According to the OT, not the... PT, so it's an actual line from the movie.
Fuck. I think I know where he said it. I just don't know what he said. That was when he was getting an oil bath, wasn't it?
No. Close.
Fuck.
It was when he was being purchased. And he's talking to Uncle Owen.
It's like a second language to me. Very similar to blah, blah, blah. It's that area, right?
Yep.
I have no idea. No.
Programming.
You're not going to prompt me.
Binary load lifters.
That's nerd bullshit.
Binary load lifters. Because he was asked if he could understand the programming language of binary moisture evaporators. because that's what Owen and Baru ran, a moisture farm
I knew that.
on a desert
See,
planet.
if you had asked me that, I would have gotten it. Okay, here.
Kyle wins.
Here's a little extra piece for you.
Extra, okay.
I mean, this is another one of those questions you like. What is the name of the original Ewok Celebration song?
Shit, I know Nub Nub's not the fucking title, but that's what we all call it.
It's actually not Nub Nub.
I know that. I said that's what a lot.
No, it's not what it was. It's not even that. It's not even what it was called.
Or Yub Yub or whatever.
Yeah. I mean, you got to get it right if you're gonna get that right.
I don't know. I just know Ewok Celebration and Finale.
You got it. It's Ewok Celebration.
Oh,
so
okay.
there you go. It was a trick question.
Oh, okay.
And it's Yub Nub is what it's
Nub.
commonly known as.
Fucking screwed up a Nub Nub. I'm fucking pissed about your goddamn fucking questions.
I think they were good questions. I think you just need to readjust your parameters a bit.
Well, I wasn't expecting that now, but it is what it is. So next time we do trivia, I'm coming at you with like fucking production assistants fucking
Okay,
books on
this is not production assistant shit. This is not the same thing as that. This is not the same as like who is the key grip in this scene. No, that's not the same thing.
In the 3rd grade, Steven Spielberg read a book that he said inspired him.
Okay, no,
to be
this is
inspired
no. Hero with 1,000 Faces is so linked to Star Wars. It is ridiculous. Any amateur film lover would know that.
I mean, I know about how interlinked a lot of this, like you said, the Kurosawa films and the hero's journey are linked into Star Wars and how much inspiration they have, but I don't know the book that collects all of the different versions or talks about all the different versions of the hero's journey. Like,
well, I think you have some work to do then. That's what I'm saying.
And if
That's
you
all
ask me, what journey is the story being told in Star Wars? Yeah, it's the hero's journey.
That's a stupid way of
who wrote
asking
the book
that
that collected all the throughout history? And did George Lucas mention at some point he used that book as his?
Yes. That's the point. He was very open about that.
Well, after the prequel trilogy, I really didn't give two shits about George Lucas.
It was before the prequel trilogy that stuff
I know,
came
but
out.
I didn't. When I was growing up, for me, Star Wars was nothing but Star Wars. I didn't get into like the behind the scenes stuff.
So you're penalizing me for your lack of fandom, is what I'm hearing.
I did. What I'm saying
I
didn't get into all that until I was much older, until I was in high school. And then even then, I'm looking at more like how did he do his special effect? I'm looking at more like the physical stuff. I don't know.
I get where you're coming from.
They're tough ass questions.
That's like me saying, like, this is like it's like me saying, you know what, Kyle, I don't pay attention to that stuff, so that's unfair for you to ask me those questions. That's basically what it's the equivalent of.
That is Star Wars.
Whatever. It's like, yeah, but it's not what I appreciate in Star Wars, so I just think that it's not fair of you to ask those questions.
What we had was a failure to communicate.
No, I purposely went for these types of things because these were the type of questions I find more interesting. And then I hope that you had also found them interesting, but apparently I was wrong.
I was thinking Star Wars movies, things.
I know you were. I know, but that doesn't interest me. So I had to think outside the box.
God. I don't know who's the worst person here. Obviously you.
All right.
Let us know in the comments below what you guys think of the games that we play and how terrible Jammer is, or whether or not you think that I'm a shitty fan. But
I don't think you're a shitty fan. I just think
Star Wars trivia. What would you expect, question-wise? But every day, go to LRMonline.com and check out all the great stuff. We got a lot of good things that have gone up in the last couple days. Make sure you guys are checking that website out. Make it your homepage. The setup that Jammer's got where he opens up a bunch of pages. Do that thing too. I'm old-fashioned. I still open to Google. And then make sure you guys check out the YouTube channel.
Wow.
Lots of great stuff on the YouTube
Telling
channel.
people to set LRM as their homepage and then admitting that you open to Google? What the hell is that all about?
I can't do the whole multi-page thing, but it's right there. It's one button click away. I don't have to type anything. Look, I'm already there.
All right,
with my Gigablast internet, motherfucker. Loaded. Click again.
Jealous.
Loaded. Click again. Loaded. What now?
All right, I got nothing. Mine does not load that fast. I have, for those who are wondering, my internet is like 10 megabits per second download speed. It's fucking terrible.
I hit 890 all the time. Anyways, make sure you guys go and check out the YouTube channel. There's always good stuff going on there. Lots of celebrity interviews, new things hitting. LRMornings is available there. So if you can't catch us on a podcast channel, you can catch us on YouTube. And definitely check out the Los Fanboys podcast channel wherever you find podcasts, because we got a lot of great shows. And later on today, we will be recording another one of those shows, Los Fanboys. So yeah, look out for that this afternoon, evening, sometime. Jammer, where can people find you at online?
You can find me on Twitter at JamTheWriter, and all of my film and TV writing at LRMonline.com.
You guys can find me at that Kyle Malone. Thank you guys so much for listening. We'll talk to you on Monday.
Bye-bye.